Hi everyone, my name's Shaq. I like rewatching things. I like RWBY, so today I'm going to be rewatching RWBY Volume 1, Chapter 2, The Shining Beacon, and RWBY Volume 1, Chapter 3, The Shining Beacon Part 2. As always, these are rewatches, so I'm liable to spoil anything in the show. That means if you have not seen up to and through Volume 7, you might want to get out. Or don't. Not my problem. Anyway. I'm always excited to watch RWBY, you guys. I'm excited to watch this episode again. Let's just get into it, shall we? 3, 2, 1, play. I really like how menacing Cindy looks in this episode with the, like, glowing, dust-infused dress. Nora's pose looks super goofy in that shot. And once again, I love the ships in the show. The bladed wings are just... I mean, they're so unnecessary, because it's like... dust makes things hover, but it looks cool. So, I'm sold. Wonder who that could be. One thing about the shadow people, never bothered me too much in Volume 1, but it makes the awkward walking a lot more apparent than with the, like, nicely designed ones. And I mean, like, Monty didn't have the time to go through each one and get the walking animation looking just perfect, but that is a cool view as well. The silhouetted background, I mean, it's just another nice use of limited resources to make something artistic.
They're just weapons.
Just weapons? They're an extension of ourselves. They're a part of us. Oh, they're so cool.
Well, why
they are so cool, RWBY.
Aren't you happy with it?
Of course I'm happy with Crescent Rose.
I love that she names it Crescent Rose. It's part of the family.
It's like meeting new people, but better.
RWBY, come on. Why don't you go try and make some friends of your own?
But why would I need friends when I have you?
Well, actually, my friends are here now.
Yang, let's be real. Your friends don't matter. They're shadow people.
Do we have doors? I don't know what I'm doing. What are
Who's
you
this?
doing? Sorry. Sorry? Do you have
Kara does a great job right off the bat voicing Wise. She's like so prissy and superior. Really nails it.
What are you? Brain dead? Dust, fire, water, lightning, energy.
It's always apparent to me how much Weiss sucks in this first episode.
Say for yourself.
Like, for someone lecturing someone about dust safety, she's sure doing a lot of shaking. And who's this? Our favorite cat girl.
Exactly the kind of thing I was talking about.
I love Ruby's little...
really sorry.
As someone who often doesn't know what to do with their hands in social situations, I get it, RWBY. I get it.
Beacon? Well, this isn't your ordinary combat school. It's not just sparring and practice, you know. We're here to fight monsters, so watch where you're going. Hey, I said I was sorry, princess.
I like how RWBY pushes back here. She's not just a pushover.
Heirs to the Shnee Dust Company, one of the largest producers of energy propellant in the world.
Finally, some recognition.
This same company, infamous for its controversial labor forces and questionable business partners.
What? How dare?
Controversial labor force is such an odd turn of phrase. I love how, of all the shadow people, Weiss still has fully rendered and designed butlers.
I'm not the only one having a rough first day.
Really putting the resources where they matter.
So, what's...
Beacon just looks so cool.
Welcome to Beacon.
That silhouette look just works so well.
Hey. I'm Jean.
RWBY. Aren't you the guy that threw up on the ship?
I wonder...
All I'm saying is that motion sickness is a much more common problem than people let on.
It's true, Jean.
Sorry,
I feel you.
Vomit Boy was the first thing that came to mind.
Oh, yeah? What if I called you Crater Face?
Hey, that explosion.
I wonder if Jean
Well, the name
has
Jean
RWBY
Arc.
in his
Short,
phone
sweet,
as
rolls
Crater
off the
Face.
tongue. Ladies love it.
Probably not, because we see that at the end of Volume
They will.
2.
Well, I hope they will. I mean, my mom always says that. Never mind.
What a dork.
So, I got this thing.
Whoa!
Great
Is
segue,
that a
Ruby.
scythe?
Always a great segue.
Customizable, high-impact sniper rifle.
A what?
It's also a gun.
Oh. That's cool.
I'm gonna have a lot
So
of
what do you
criticism
got?
for Jean
Oh,
in the post of this video.
I got this sword.
Because, like, I get that he doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah, I've got a shield too.
But Remnant has a version of the internet.
Whoa.
You'd think he'd at least know what a sniper rifle is if he's going to monster murder school.
The shield gets smaller. So
Like, it's
why
not
get
just that he's
tired of carrying it?
inexperienced and snuck in.
Just
It's that he's
put it away.
incurious.
But
Which is odd for someone
wouldn't
who
it weigh the
really
same?
wants to do this.
Yeah, it does.
Well, I'm kind of a dork when it comes to weapons. I guess I did go a little overboard in designing it.
Wait, you made that?
Of course. All students at Signal forge their own weapons. Didn't you make yours?
It's a hand-me-down. My great-great-grandfather used it to fight in the war.
Sounds more like a family heirloom to me. Well, I like
I like her Ruby
Not
works
many
to cheer
people
him
have
up
an
here.
appreciation for the classics these days.
Yeah. The
She's very
classics.
nice.
So why'd you help me out back
I
there?
mean, it's
In the
totally an
courtyard?
understatement.
Yeah, why
But,
not? My mom always says, strangers are just friends you haven't met yet.
and that's a nice sentiment,
Hey,
John.
where are we going?
Oh, I don't know.
I like that.
I was following you. You think there might be a directory? Maybe a food court? Some sort of recognizable landmark? Is that a no?
That's a no.
I get that John is played for comic relief and that he needs to be the guy asking all the questions so the other characters have an opportunity to explain things to us. But, like, I really think, especially early on, it makes his character kind of unlikable. He's funny and he's charming, but this is serious business. Like, people's lives are in danger if he doesn't perform at his best. And he doesn't seem, until like well into the season, to actually try to be better. He just mopes about sucking. So yeah, I'm going to be very critical of Jean for the first few episodes. Hopefully that doesn't make you want to tune out. If it does, well, that's just how I feel about him. I like him now, though. Alright, let's get into the next episode before I complain about John some more, shall we? We also got to meet Weiss and Blake officially for the first time. And they're both kind of unlikable, too. Actually, scratch that. Blake is likable in this episode. I mean, it's kind of rude to just walk off when Ruby's trying to talk to you. But I get it. She's, like, shy and, I mean, trying to hide from the world. Alright. Next episode. Part 2. Let's get into it. Play. I know I've said it before, but welcome to a world of bloody evolution. It's just such an amazing. Even the interior beacon.
Ruby!
It's so
over
minimalist,
here.
but
I saved
but it
you a spot.
looks so cool.
Hey,
It's
I
just
gotta
really
go.
well
I'll see you
designed.
after the ceremony.
Hey, wait! Ah, great. Where am I supposed to find another nice, quirky girl to talk to?
Standing precisely behind
How's
you,
your
John.
first day going, little sister?
You mean since you ditched me and I exploded?
Yikes, meltdown already?
No, I literally exploded a hole in front of the school. And there was some fire and I think some ice.
Are you being sarcastic?
I wish. I tripped over some
I like how
crappy
they
girl's
use
luggage,
this
and then she yelled at
standing
me,
right
and
behind
I
you
sneezed,
gag
and then
twice in a row in
exploded,
quick
and then she
succession,
yelled
but it
again,
works
and
both
I felt
times.
really, really bad, and I just wanted her to stop yelling at me. You! Stop, it's happening again! You're lucky we weren't blown off the side
Kara
of the
is
cliff.
so good in
God,
this
you really
episode.
exploded.
It was an accident.
Immediately gets
It was an
across
accident.
Weiss's fundamentally
The Schnee Dust
unlikable
Company is not
nature.
responsible for
Any injuries or damages sustained while operating a Schnee Dust Company product. Although not
And this is
mandatory,
a
the
fun
Schnee family
gag.
highly encourages their customers to read and
Dutch
familiarize
angle,
themselves
so you
with
know
easy
it's
to follow guides
traumatic
and
for
application of
Ruby.
practice in the field.
You really want to start making things up to me?
Absolutely.
Read this and don't ever speak to me again.
Look, it sounds like you two just got off on the wrong foot. Why don't you start over and try to be friends, okay?
Yang really does not
great
offer
idea,
a ton
sis.
of helpful advice on
Hello,
making
Weiss.
friends here.
I'm Ruby.
Wanna hang out? We could go shopping for school supplies.
Yeah, and we can paint our nails and try on clothes and talk about cute boys like tall, blonde, and scraggly over there.
John does not understand sarcasm.
No.
I'll keep this brief. You have traveled here today in search
Nitwit,
of knowledge,
Oddment, Blubber, and
to
Tweak.
hone your craft and
That's a
acquire
Dumbledore
new
joke.
skills.
'Cause
And
he's
when you have
Dumbledore.
finished, you plan to dedicate your life to the protection of the people. But I look amongst you, and all I see is wasted energy.
This is such an
Need of purpose,
uncharacteristically
direction.
harsh speech from Osmond.
You
I really
assume
wonder what's
knowledge
going
will
on in
free
his
you of this,
minds here.
But your time at this school will prove that knowledge can only carry you so far.
Which of the two Oz's in his head is speaking right
It is
now?
up to you to take the first step.
You will gather in the ballroom tonight. Tomorrow, your initiation begins. Be ready. You are dismissed.
He seemed kind of off.
It's almost like he wasn't even there.
Yeah, what does that mean?
I'm a
Wasn't
natural
even
blonde,
there.
you know.
Was like the combined Ozpin consciousness doing something else at that moment, daydreaming? I doubt we'll ever find answers to my satisfaction.
Slumber
but-
party.
I don't
I
think
like to
Dad would approve
speculate.
of all the boys, though.
I know I do. Ugh. What's that?
A letter to the gang back at Signal. I promised to tell them all about Beacon.
I like
and
Ruby's
how things
cat
are going.
pillow.
Aw, that's so cute.
Shut up! I didn't get to take my friends with me to school. It's weird not knowing anyone here.
What
I
about
like
John?
how
He's
juvenile,
nice.
and
There
I
you
don't
go,
mean that
plus one
pejoratively.
friend. That's 100%
Ruby's problems are.
increase.
It's like
Pretty sure Weiss
leaving
counts
your
as a
friends
negative
behind
friend.
is hard.
Back to 0.
There's
very
no such
hard
thing as negative friends. You
when
just
you're
made one friend
young
and one
kid.
enemy. Look, it's only been
That's
one
very
day.
true, Weiss.
Trust me, you've got friends all
Not
around
Weiss,
you.
Yang.
You just haven't met them yet.
That girl.
Candelabra.
Not really.
Get it? Because
She
she's
saw
Belle.
what happened this morning, but left
And
before I
Belle
could say
has
anything.
a candelabra
Well,
for a friend.
now's your chance.
Well, wait, what are you doing?
It's such a subtle reference. It's no wonder I didn't realize she was supposed to be
I
Belle
believe
from
you
Beauty
two
and the
may
Beast until
know each
they
other.
Aren't you
gave
that
us
girl
her
that
last name.
exploded?
Yeah. My name's Ruby. But you can just call me Crater. Actually, you can just call me Ruby.
Okay.
What are you doing? I don't know. Help me.
So, what's your name?
Blake.
Well, Blake, I'm Yang, Ruby's older sister. I like your bow.
Flirty.
It goes great with your
I ship them.
pajamas.
I mean, now I do.
Right.
I was a Black Sun shipper
Nice
for the
night,
longest
don't you
time.
think?
But I think
Yes,
they really work
It's
well together.
lovely. Almost as
In
lovely as
hindsight,
this book
Their interactions
that I
are
will
great from the very
continue to
beginning.
read. As soon as you leave.
Yeah, this girl's a lost cause.
What's it about?
Is she, though?
Your book.
Does it have a name?
Well, it's about a man with 2 souls, each fighting for control over his body.
Oh yeah, that's real lovely.
Yang
I
clearly
love
does
books.
not like reading.
Yang used to read to me every night before bed. Stories of heroes and monsters. They're one of the reasons I want to be a huntress.
Why is that? Hoping you'll live happily ever after?
Well, I'm hoping we all will.
Oh,
As a
such a
girl,
great answer, Ruby.
I wanted to be just like those
Blake
heroes
is
in the books.
condescending, insinuates
Someone who
you're
fought for what
naive.
was right and who protected people who couldn't
Shine
protect
through with that
themselves.
optimism.
That's very ambitious for a child. Unfortunately, the real world isn't the same as a fairy tale.
I mean, am I the only thing? One
that's
here who
why
thinks
we're
Blake
here.
is kind of unlikable
Make
here?
it better.
She's
Oh,
being
I'm
real
so proud of my
condescending and
baby
like
sister.
trying to crush Ruby's optimism.
Well, Ruby Yang, it's
She's soft.
a
What in
pleasure.
the world
though.
is going on over
And
here?
she's definitely no
Don't you
Weiss.
realize some of us are trying to sleep?
Oh, not you again!
Shh, guys, she's right. People are trying to sleep.
Oh, Ruby's so
now you're
considerate,
on my
even when
side.
she's being
I was
yelled
always
at.
on your side.
She's the best.
Yeah, what's your problem with my sister? She's only trying to be nice.
She's a hazard to my health.
And that's it. Flies by. It always does. And I really appreciate how... I mean, first of all, the show didn't waste a ton of time in bringing us the 4 main characters together. Really could have dragged its feet on that, and I appreciate them getting to the point. But I also like how the team does not really mesh well at first. Like, obviously Weiss and Ruby have their friction, but like Blake's well, kind of Blakey, distant, but she's also being kind of condescending. And, like, I get it. She's been disillusioned. She was a youthful optimist in her own words. And thinks she's doing the right thing by trying to disabuse Ruby of her optimism. But that's just being cynical in a way that I don't think is conducive to affecting change. I think people with Ruby's current attitude tend to make more of a difference than people with Blake's. It's the easiest thing in the world to just get overly cynical and think, like, nothing can change. And it's one thing to know that fairy tales aren't real and, like, not model your activism around that. But that's not what Ruby's doing. Ruby's drawing inspiration from them. And for Blake to try and, like, stamp on that, just kind of mean-spirited. But again, Weiss is clearly the worst at the beginning. And it's fine, because we grow to love her. She's wonderful. But she is so prissy. It's awesome. I love it. Kara kills it in the voice acting. Honestly, I think at this point in the show, she's my favorite voice actor. Lindsay kills it too. Like, Ruby is so different from her normal speaking voice. But man, Kara gets across Weiss's characterization so quickly. It's amazing. And yeah, it's just really well done. The show's really well made. It's why I can constantly rewatch it. And why all y'all fools like to watch reaction videos. So, yeah. I'm excited to go into the next one. I'm going to try and hold off for tonight because making these videos, I like to put a little thought into it since I'm doing a rewatch and don't need to be spoiled. Well, it's been fun, you guys. I'll see you next time, alright? Bye! Like and subscribe.